What is going on, Mavs fans? Welcome into another episode of Mavs Latest. I'm fine. You're fine. We're not freaking out. Uh, we just watched AD play 11 minutes and then go out holding his groin again, just like we saw when Anthony Davis came to this team. Just like Lakers fans saw just last Christmas. Just like we saw Luka get hurt last Christmas in his last game as a Maverick as he walked off the floor for the final time. I mean, I'm not having deja vu and everything like that. We're okay. But either way, all that happened. PTSD kicking in, and man, we'll talk about it a little bit here. 11 minutes, 3 points, 104 shooting, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks. And it really looked like AD was about to set himself up for a great game defensively. And then the wheels came off. And I've got questions. Questions I won't get honest answers to. We lose a center. And we have, Coop playing. And we have Coop playing power forward at times. Najee playing center. A little bit of PJ playing center. And Dwight Powell DMPs. He doesn't play at all. And I've gotta wonder what the thought process was, why we didn't put Dwight out there, because man, we got cooked. And if the thinking was, oh well, we were gonna try and, space the floor and maybe shoot the three, then why did we only take 14 threes the entire match, entire game? We took more free throws than we took 3-point shots. So it was just very confusing to me. And honestly, Golden State, they wanted to give this one to us. They wanted us to win. We kept creeping back in, even in the fourth quarter. I mean, we came within 5, and then Brandon Williams, he was having a good night from the free throw line. He misses some clutch free throws there late. The 2 free throws he misses, and it just comes apart on us. We just can't find enough. D'Lo and Jaden Hardy both DMP, do not play. Coach's decision. And I thought that was odd because Hardy was just in your starting lineup and played rather well the other night, surprisingly, kind of molding his game to that shooting guard aspect. D'Lo, we already know he likes to throw up threes. So I didn't understand exactly what was going on. Gaff only plays 15 minutes. Looks like he's still on that minute restriction. He goes 3 for 3, puts up 6 points, grabs 5 boards. He does have 2 turnovers. No steals, no blocks, but again, only 15 minutes. And this was just a head-scratching game for me. I didn't understand the thought process. And I felt like we let one go. We beat a team that rightfully in all aspects should have beat us. But watching the game last night, we should have beat them. Coop, 27 points. He's the youngest player in NBA history, 19 years and 4 days, to record a 25-5 game on Christmas. Of course, he puts up 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists is his total. So a good game from him. But only one turnover. And God, this game just, if you want to talk about encapsulating the Mavericks season in one game, this was it. Like, the potential of this team shines through, but we don't have enough to get over the finish line, and we lose. Anthony Davis hurt. Just weird coaching decisions. Just everything that has frustrated me this season manifests in this one game. That's I'll move on from this game, because of course it's Fanfare Friday. So let's get into some of the stuff that you guys said. This first one's going to be from Flame Mozart. If I mispronounced your name, I'm sorry, bro. I said, I think we should do something similar to what the Spurs are doing with Wembanyama, who is on a minute restriction. Dallas was leading in most of these games until the fourth, and then fell apart late. If Kyrie, for example, played a few minutes in the second quarter, and then the entire fourth quarter, that could be a solution. And that's one that I actually kind of like. I would play him a little bit in the, instead of just in the second, a little bit in the first, just to, get his feet wet, a little bit in the third, and then potentially the whole fourth, just so we find a rhythm early in the game. He can help set the tone, set us up, then, let Ryan kind of take the reins, let Brandon come in, do his thing. Coming out of halftime, just a couple minutes, set the tone, help us get situated coming out of halftime. Then, let the bench take over. And the fourth, when it's killing time, we already know Kyrie's going to be that guy for us. We talked about it in a previous episode, obviously. The fourth quarter, that's when Kyrie likes to try and take over. He's a closer, a legitimate closer. So I would totally be okay with, sprinkling minutes and then heavy fourth quarter, especially when he comes back. Andrew does add on. He does say, I like this approach towards AD too. I'd rather him play less minutes per night than have games where he's healthy but sits out. Of course, we were talking about back-to-backs and everything like that in this one, and unfortunately bit us in the butt. AD goes out again. And, man, I got to ask the question, because everybody's got to be asking it. Do we now just take what we can get for AD? I mean, if he's going to be out again, this was going to be game 5 in a row. Y'all do realize Anthony Davis has never played 6 games in a row for the Mavericks. He gets to game 5 and then gets hurt. Every time. So, just frustrating as heck for us Mavs fans this season. This next one comes from Herbert Starks. He says, we need PJ to beat OKC. When we don't have PJ in the lineup, we get blown out by OKC. And of course, this was in reference to, I was talking about potentially having PJ come off the bench. Now, I know having PJ out there has been great for us as far as a defensive standpoint. But when we look at this last game, we lost 111 to 132. But the crazy part about that was Anthony Davis that game put up 2 points. He goes 1 for 9, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 turnovers. 2 points, 1 for 9. You look at the other game where we lost to them 94 to 101, one where PJ played. Cooper Flagg goes 2 points, 1 for 9. That's, of course, when we have Cooper Flagg for some reason playing the point. That was like game 4 of the season, maybe game 5. My point being is, I mean, imagine the Cooper Flagg that we saw now in that game when we held OKC to 101. Imagine Anthony Davis plays like Anthony Davis and doesn't just put up 2 points without PJ. I mean, with PJ, we could only put up 94 against them. Of course, again, Cooper Flagg was running the point. Ryan Nembhard didn't even touch the floor when we only had 94. So we're comparing apples to oranges, and I totally get that. We're a different team now than we were at the beginning of the season. But I think just like we have evolved, this roster has to evolve. And I think Najee Marshall gives us more than, PJ does. I think having a shooter out there like a Max Christie or Clay, guys that can hit a 3. Obviously, we've talked about it in depth. We think Max Christie is eventually going to be that guy to replace Clay. So Ryan, Max, Cooper, Najee, AD like we saw, and then have PJ come off the bench. I'm not saying, trade PJ or DMP PJ. I'm just saying move PJ to the bench, because where PJ has been good for us, I think now Cooper Flagg is at that level to where he can kind of take the reins, to where PJ early in the season was Mr. Consistent for us. Cooper's game has evolved to where, we think about the beginning of the season, PJ was taking 20, 25 shots compared to Cooper Flagg. So if PJ wants to be that, guy putting up a bunch of shots for us, come off the bench. Because I don't want PJ taking shots from Coop. I'd rather Coop be that guy. And I think I thought we were kind of all in agreement with that we all wanted Coop to be that guy, taking these shots. And unfortunately, PJ, we needed him to be that guy to kind of take the shots early while Coop got his feet wet. But now, we need him to dial it back. But we still need somebody, that's that Najee Marshall role. I hope you get what I mean, because I don't want any shade to PJ. I love PJ Washington. I think he's a great Maverick. Obviously, we signed him for the extension. We're not going to be trading him or anything like that. So I'm not trying to throw shade on PJ. I just think PJ suits this team better where we're at right now, coming off the bench. The final thing I'm going to get into, again, Christmas Day, all that kind of fun stuff. So we're making this a short video, and we'll be back tomorrow when we break down Kings versus Mavs. But keeping it light, this has been a kind of dreary episode, but I wanted to end on a high note. Neuro comes in and says, video was great, new subscriber here. And I just wanted to take a second and say, thank you guys. I try and include y'all. I try and include y'all's comments. I am so thankful to y'all for tuning in, sharing your opinions with me. We may not agree all the time, obviously. But I want y'all's voices to be heard, so to speak, just as much as mine. I'm just a guy lucky enough, a Mavs fan lucky enough to be able to spit my takes at you guys, and I'm so thankful for this opportunity. Thank you to Fan Arch. Thank you to you guys. This obviously isn't possible without y'all. So during this holiday time and everything like that, I just want to say thank you guys so much. Thank you for being a new subscriber. Thank you for commenting. Thank you to all you guys. I cannot say that enough. So that's it for this episode, guys. Hopefully y'all had a great holiday. If you're not celebrating, I hope you just had a great day. For us here in Texas, wasn't super cold, wasn't super hot. It's actually a pretty nice damn day. But whether this was your first time, your next time, make sure it's not the last time. Hit the subscribe button down below. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll get in better spirits. We're going to break down Kings versus Mavs in the video tomorrow. I'll see y'all then. Peace.